Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable judges, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce myself first. My name is Gemilang Maji Ali Ardana, and thank you for the opportunity that has given to me so I can tell you my argument. Right now, I stand as the opposition and I strongly disagree with today's motion. Today, the motion is in post-conflict states, AG post-Civil War, regime change, colonialism. This House believes that history textbooks should focus on teaching bottom-up historiography rather than top historiography. Firstly, uh, historical events happen slightly because of an impact of the leaders of each nation. They had the power to control civilizations in their kingdom, so every rule that has given will change the future. Top-down historiography focuses focus on the roles of leaders, governments, and major institutions in shaping history. So I will assume that all the cultures that still a part of a nation will slightly weaken of the number one leader of its nation. Secondly, then, the bottom-up historiography only works if they had a rebellion army that can shaking the government's rule. Neither they will still under the controls of the governments and the leaders, so they will lose the opportunity to change and shaping a new history for their existence. Yeah, you can judge, for example, you can judge the dark side of Sukarno's leadership, but you can deny the fact that without Sukarno's word, Indonesia will never or needs a long period to becoming an independent nation. For example, after that, in the French revolutions, the people of the country wants to overthrow power of the monarchy leaders. People starving on the street, while the royals had all the privilege in their lovely castles. It encouraged people to rebels and changing the systems, and some of them are becoming a new leader. Simple, right? It backs to the systems where everything will work if you have the power, and that is the government task. I know that some of the history textbooks will have hyperbole, so the leaders will always have a crude branding. But it's likely just a few of that, and we can deny that the major institutions still shape the country's future, either it's good or bad. We need to teaching the young generations the up-bottom historiography. Why? So they will have a nationalism feelings that grow inside them. If we give all the young generations a good example of an impact of a leader, they will likely can be interested to develop the nation in the future. The people still can have a critics and argument to the government systems that runs in some of the situations, even more if it's still in conflict. But we need a person or organizations to bring representations to all of the people, and that will be a president, king, or even a government or institutions. Sure, the citizens can create a quite big events to change the systems or reshape the story, and that is bottom-up historiography, right? But the biggest influence to control and represent all of them in the world eyes is its leaders or if its government. They will take all of the suggestion and even criticism that can be create a new law for the future nation. For example, the slogan of my country and yours, Indonesia Emas 2045. Thank you.